one of the things that I've just really loved about being a charter school principal is that in my charter schools that I ran as an administrator, there was a system. There was a system. And it goes with this. I'll tell you a little story from my grandma and my grandpa. And they lived up in Blanding, and I'm actually, this is not a true story, but I like to put my grandparents in it because they're kind of wacky. So if you look up at Blanding, Utah, if anybody knows where that is, that's the truth behind the story. That's the only piece of truth behind the story. They were there, and one day, Grandma and Grandpa are going into town, and they had their old mule going, and they're giddy up, and pretty soon the mule stops. So Grandpa gets off the cart, walks over to the mule, pulls the mule's ear down, and whispers something in the mule's ear, gets back up on the cart, and the mule takes off going. A little while later, the mule stops again. Grandpa gets off the cart, walks over to the mule, whispers something in the mule's ear, gets back up on the cart, and the cart starts going again. The third time, the mule stops. Grandpa gets off the cart, takes his rifle, and shoots the mule dead. Well, Grandma is, Luther, why did you kill the mule? You killed the mule. Are you some kind of a fool, you old coot? You killed the mule. And Grandpa gets back up on the cart, and he looks at my grandma and whispers, that's one. Now, I know I've seen a teacher or two that I'd like to say that's one too. The moral of that story is this, that in your schools, we do have a problem. There is folks out there, teachers, who, for some reason or not, got into the wrong career. They ought to be an accountant or something, maybe an attorney, something different. They got in, sometimes we have to counsel them into another career. But the moral of that story is there needs to be a system. There needs to be a predictable system of coaching and coaching, warning and warning, and then there has to be that moment where somebody's got the courage to, figuratively speaking, pull the trigger.